You're broken down and tired of living life on a merry-go-round, and you can't find the fighter, but I see it in you, so we're gonna walk it out. Move mountains, we're gonna walk it out and move mountains. And I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day, I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid, I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again.
Hello, my wonderful viewers and subscribers. I am so happy to be with you here again around this campfire. And you know how we do it. We are here to get weekly doses of inspiration and that little something that will just enable us to go through the week. We create rhythms together and we push through life together. Today we're going to be doing #Mary Speaks, and we're having a very important guest. I'm going to be introducing her to you in a couple of seconds. You would remember in the last episode I told you that Mary Speaks is going to be dealing with issues surrounding advocacy for women, persons with disabilities, and for children. Those are the branches my organization, the Mom Enable Foundation, deal in. So today, dive right into the matter. So my guest today is Stella Uzuamaka Ike, and she's right here with me in my house. And she's on her way to the airport, but I told her that no, she has to stop by and do this interview with me on this show, just to show you guys exactly what women with disabilities are capable of. So Stella, you are very welcome to my channel, Simply Gracey. We are so graced to be having you here, darling. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much for having me.
Okay, I know I already mentioned her name, but I'm gonna give her some couple of seconds to introduce herself to us by herself, exactly how she wants to be addressed. So Stella, it's up to you. Who exactly is Stella Uzuamaka Ike?
Oh, Stella Uzuamaka Ike is just an ordinary person. I'm the founder of Falcon's Care Initiative for Women with Disability Empowerment. I'm a gender and disability-based advocate and equally a financial consultant when it comes to empowerment relating with women with disability, and equally a humanitarian, a retractor, and everything.
Oh my God, so many feathers, so many feathers on her cap. We give it up to you, Stella. Of everything you mentioned, I specifically heard you say that you're a financial empowerment expert. Yeah. I just wanted to let you know that I'm also financially challenged. So you can start your services right here. Yes, so Stella, when she was introducing herself, she mentioned that she's also an advocate for women with disabilities. And just in case you are wondering, who are women with disabilities? Women with disabilities are women who have a disability. Well, that sounds lame, but that's exactly what it is. And a disability is any long-term sensory or physical impairment that has the potential of interrupting your everyday living. Did I get it right?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, so any woman you see that has any sensory or physical, and it's important to know that it doesn't always have to be physical, because physical, you can see them, you can see somebody on a wheelchair, you can see somebody who is blind, maybe the eyes are closed or something, but you cannot really see somebody who is deaf, So all those ones are invisible disabilities, but that's something I'm going to be talking about on another video. So Stella, could we just start briefly with, were you born with a disability or did you acquire it?
I wasn't born with disability, but I
tell us the story.
The story is somehow long, but I'll put it in a shorter form.
please.
While returning back from school one fateful day, getting to the gate, I had a fall, just a normal fall. But after the fall, I lost my mobility power.
Excuse me, please. You were how old?
Kind of 8-9 years then.
8-9 years.
Yes, and that was how my life changed. Everything about me changed because I couldn't walk right from that day. I couldn't walk anymore. Going to the hospitals, different tests were run, and nothing was like exactly diagnosed. So later on, I started using wheelchair. That was how it came up.
And this was when you were 8-9 years.
Yes, actually.
Interesting. Now, viewers, you need to understand also that disability doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be born with it. It could be acquired, just like in the case of Stella, and also in my case. And you know, I already promised you I'm going to be telling you my story on another video. Stella, so you had a fall, and that was the beginning of this new life that you now live.
Exactly.
Interesting. Do you want to tell our audience exactly what it means to be a woman with disability in a complex society like ours?
Wow, that's like a big question, but let's try to simplify it so that our audience will understand. When you come to generally, let's generalize it. Women entirely, whether disability or not, is always marginalized and always at the receiving end. Then when you come down to disability community, it's still an entirely a handful on all different ramifications. Women with disabilities face a higher rate of challenges compared to our counterpart, that's the male folk. It's really a handful for us. A lot of challenges, trying to adapt with different societal norms, environmental barrier, attitudinal change, and all. It's really a handful for us.
Yeah, and it's important to know that because we're already in a society that is grappling with the complexities of gender balance, you can now imagine when you have a disability as a woman. That's almost like triple jeopardy. So when you were talking about societal norms, dear Stella, you know, societal norms is quite ambiguous. But I want us to talk specifically about culture. Our culture, you know, culture means a lot to us in this part of the world. Can you tell us culturally what exactly it means to be a woman with disabilities? You could just highlight even one of those challenges that we have to deal with, you know, just from a very cultural perspective.
I wouldn't say I wouldn't just highlight just one.
Okay, great. As many as possible. You're the one running to the airport. I can have you as long as forever.
I will just start with first of all, you stand the chance of having the challenge of name calling. That's one thing. They will have a name number for you. That whenever you pass, that's the name they will address you.
We live in a society that defines people by their conditions, not exactly by their productivity or potentials. Great.
Exactly.
I picked that.
So, and after that, you come about the discrimination of like being left out. That's one thing. You are not opportune to participate in many of the societal works,
especially in family.
Especially, yes. And again, when it comes to choosing a life partner,
this is the part you roll the drum because I'm coming right there. Yeah, speak on.
So it's still another challenge that women with disability face. Unlike our male counterparts, most of our male counterparts can easily go and get married. But when it comes to women, culturally, the family of the bridegroom wouldn't like accept it until like an and singer. So it's
because they believe that disability is inability,
and they believe that most persons believe that disability is hereditary. That's one kind of notion they tag around it. So they believe that marrying somebody that is disabled automatically will make the lady yes to produce disabled children. So that's
a big point.
The most the most challenging one facing women with disability.
And it doesn't necessarily have to be so, especially when that disability was acquired, not that the person was born with it.
Exactly.
Because when the person is born with it, yeah, there could be some genetic issues, because there's some persons with disability. I know a couple of people who are blind, and they had offsprings that, had one eye condition or the other. If you check that one, you could see that there's something genetic that is wrong because they were born with it. But when the person acquires it, I'm not sure there's any scientific evidence to back up the fact that the person necessarily has to give birth to someone who also has a disability. You mentioned choosing a life partner. It's a very important subject. So I just want to ask you, baby girl, so who is the...
Okay, for now, nobody for now.
What's that supposed to mean? With all this beauty, with all this intelligence, with all this skill set, I mean, don't they know that you're a financial expert? But
Grace,
she's a
can you be
doctor.
so gracious?
She's a mom. I like that.
Can you be so gracious?
I'll try. You know I'm always gracious. Yeah, so you have never had one, or?
I wouldn't say I've never had one. I'll be lying. I have several.
Several! Audience, could you mark that? Several! Then it's important to note that women with disabilities also have feelings, and that they get into relationships, and that they have a right to effectively and fully participate in the society. It's a right.
Yeah.
We have a Disability Act that enables that. If the society allows people get married, I'm trying to simplify this now, then women with disabilities are allowed to get married. And people should know that just because a woman has a disability doesn't mean that they're gonna have a failed marriage. Yeah, it's all about the individual. So give them a try. Yeah, so Stella, I just want to appreciate you for coming around. Is there any other thing you want to touch on regarding disability issues or disability?
I'm just going to encourage most of our audience, and if any woman with disability listening to us or watching us, I will encourage you, keep being you and keep being real. Forget the fear. Keep pushing. One day it will be fine.
Absolutely.
As long as there is life, there is hope. Keep trying. Don't just be at the background because the background is keeping you at the back. Don't just do that. Try to be out there.
Interesting. I love that. I specifically love that. Don't try to be at the background because the background puts you at the back. I want to thank you so much, Stella, for being part of this interview and sharing your story with us. Everybody has a story, and some stories are more visible than others. And for the fact that you're a human being, you have a story, and she has just let us into the world of her story, and we appreciate that. We do not take it for granted. Thank you so much, and we hope that we can have you some other time. Everybody, thank you for being with us on the show. Thank you so much, and I'll meet you on our next video, same time next time. Bye.
And I'll rise like the day. I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. And I'll rise up, I like the waves. I'll rise up in spite of the